Hi. Have you ever had to make a decision and you couldn't tell the difference between intuition and fear? And you just felt like you had to make the right decision and everything hinged on this, and you were confused and overwhelmed and you just didn't know how to read the signals. This video is for you. I'm Sarah Taylor. I'm an intuitive energy healer and awakening trail guide, and I'm neurodivergent. So I understand how neurodivergent people who are deeply sensitive and I feel naturally intuitive can become overwhelmed by choices. So what I found is that intuition is a language that we learn. We learn the language of our intuition. And today I'm going to be inviting you into a somatic intelligence, a somatic intuition. So you may know that with intuition, there are the different clairs, right? There's clairsentience, which is what I'm talking about today. But there's also clairaudience, where you hear messages. You might hear words or a thought that feels louder than just your regular busy mind thoughts. You might have clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. You might see a visual or get a message or a symbol through seeing. There's claircognizance, which is also what we're going to be working with today, which is just a deep knowing. You don't know why you know, but you just know. So clairsentience is that body empathy, that tuning fork to these decisions and these opportunities that present to us. So I invite you to get to know the difference between aliveness and anxiety. Now, as somebody who had chronic anxiety for years, I really couldn't tell the difference. But I began on my path with my meditation practice and deepening my awareness. I began to notice subtle differences between aliveness, which has a buzzy feeling for me. It's an energy that moves. And anxiety, which is when it feels like an energy is trapped. I feel trapped by it. It has a tightness. It has a contraction, a sharpness to it maybe. But aliveness has a sense of moving. It has a sense of expansion. Never mind the emotions that are attached to anxiety and aliveness. This is just somatic intelligence. So learn to tell the difference. Do the type of little games with yourself where you think of something that you feel makes you come alive. Maybe it's a pet, maybe it's somebody you love in your life, maybe it's a special interest of yours, something you love to do, and just notice that sense of energy moving. And it often has a feeling of upwelling from below up. And I probably don't need to say, imagine something that gives you anxiety, because so many people have anxiety today. I had anxiety for years, and learning the difference between anxiety and aliveness was really, really valuable for me. So as you think briefly of something that usually gives you anxiety, just notice. It's kind of like a trapped feeling. There's a tightness, there's contraction. Right? Okay, so shake it off. Ha, 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 ha. Shake your shoulders, shake your hands, tap on your chest a bit. Ha. Maybe even vocalize like that. Ha. So learn the difference between aliveness and anxiety. And get to know the feeling of when you're trying to make a decision and you're imagining the decision that you could be making. That sense of relaxation. Where do you soften? Does softening happen? Does it feel like a relief? Or does it feel like a collapse? So learn the difference between relaxation and collapse. Relaxation has a sense of openness, and collapse has a sense of shutting down. Again, that contraction, that tightness. Relaxing about a decision. Oh, that feels good in my system. It won't feel like submission, giving up. No, it has an openness to it, a sense of surrender. So surrender and giving up are not the same thing. there's this collapse, and it's usually a collapse at the center, at the solar plexus, right? Like, oh, at the shoulders. It's just easier to go along, or, oh. But relaxation, oh, that feels different, doesn't it? Now, if you have a history of trauma, I certainly do. When we're trying to make decisions, we can think about what could happen and the decision we're making and go into shutdown. And we want to be really, really gentle with ourselves during that time. Whenever we're in a kind of shutdown, be gentle with ourselves, lower stimulation, be by yourself if that's helpful. I have a video about nervous system regulation that's here on this channel. I'll link it. But you can do certain things, little techniques like this hug, this alternate squeezing here, or the butterfly hug, to just bring your nervous system back to a relaxed, pliable, open place. The time for making decisions is not when you're in shutdown. You always want to tend to your nervous system and get into the most equanimous, kind of relaxed place you can be, as best as you can. So we want to revisit decisions and try them on for size. And we can do that. If we go into shutdown and we're like, oh, now's not the time, give yourself some time, come back to it later. There's no rush. Maybe there is a deadline, but give yourself moments in your day to play with the idea of making these decisions. And I'm going to guide you through something in a bit. The other thing I want to mention is, is that there can be this gravity or this lightness to the right choice or the best, most obvious choice at the time. That's the way I look at it. Like there's the choice that is most calling to us at the moment, truly. And then there's the choice that's less, that maybe is safe, that isn't the most true and authentic and really calling to us. And so when we sort of gravitate towards that choice that is most calling us to make, because there is an intelligence to the universe of which we are inextricably a part of, not separate, that will call to us and will gravitate towards us. So there may be this sense of gravity, of a weighted feeling. When I work with people, sometimes I'll guide them through making these decisions and they'll say, I feel like a weight, a pleasant weightedness. It's not an unpleasant heaviness. It's a weightedness. That's a gravitational pull of, yes, I am here. Sometimes when you think about a decision that you may be making and you try it on for size, you might feel a sense of lightness. Again, that's that relaxation or relief, and it might have a light feeling to it. So we want to get the mind out of it as much as possible, because we may interpret that gravitational pull as like a heavy and it's a no, but I don't know, is it? We might interpret collapse as, well, I feel more relaxed when I think about making that decision. But is that collapse? Does it have a shut feeling, or does it have a relaxed, open feeling to it? So I'm going to guide you through this. So close your eyes. And let's say you have 2 decisions to make, or maybe you have 3, about one circumstance in your life. Right now, just connect with your breath and connect with your body. Be here. You might put a hand on your chest and your belly and say, I am here, several times. And you can leave your hands off of your body or keep them on. And imagine saying yes to this decision. or imagine one option. What area of your body is most active? Is there a sense of openness or tightness? We're not judging, we're not coming up with assessments yet, we're not coming up with narratives about it all. We're just noticing. Is there openness? Is there tightness? Is there a sense of aliveness? A sense of energy moving, of an upwelling, of something flowing. Could be very subtle. Does this decision scare you? Maybe not in a bad way, but in a good way. Is there a weightedness to it, a gravitational pull? Or is there a lightness? Just notice. Just notice. Now imagine saying no, or the opposite of that other choice. Where do you feel that in your body? Do you feel a collapse? Or do you feel a relaxation, a softness, an openness? Do you feel aliveness? The sense that energy is moving? Or do you feel a sense that energy is trapped? And if you can't sense any of these things, it's fine. You can keep revisiting this. Imagine making this choice. Is there aliveness? Is there that gravitational heaviness? Is there lightness? You're just gathering intel, that's all. Not coming up with any decisions, summations about it all. This isn't a job for the mind. You're just listening to your body. Now take yourself through. Maybe there's another option with this circumstance for you. Or go back to the first choice. We'll rest here together and I want you to explore. Is there aliveness? Is there openness? Is there a sense of pleasant heaviness? Is there a sense of lightness? Is there a sense of knowing? And if so, where does that live? You're just trying on for size these different choices. You're not making any choices right now. So place a hand on your chest and your belly. If you're no longer placing your hands there, please do so again. And just say silently or aloud to your body, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And gently open your eyes. Decisions can feel scary, especially if we're disconnected from our body. If we have felt like our body is the enemy in some way, because it tends to betray us by getting tight or getting anxious or shutting down. But I invite you to get into collaboration with your body, to assure your body and your nervous system that there is safety here. There is safety in this connection, in this communication. So I invite you to try on for size the choices that you want to make in your life. And you can feel into a yes, a maybe, and a not now. A yes, a maybe, and a not now. So do this exercise, come back to this video, and notice for yes, maybe, or not now. Notice I don't say no, just not now. And over time, you will learn the language of your intuition and clarity will begin to dawn. You'll develop this relationship with your intuition, with your body, with your whole being, with life itself, really. So if this video was helpful, please like and subscribe, hit the bell. Please pass it on to somebody who has to make a decision or wants to know the difference between intuition and fear, wants to develop that language. And you can work with me in groups or one-on-one. If you have any questions, reach out. And as always, please comment below and let me know if this resonated, if this was helpful. But also let me know how you make decisions and how you listen to your intuition. I'd really love to hear from you. Till next time.